Hey guys, this is Bharadwaj with Fonearena.com and this is the Xiaomi Mi Note Pro. Yes, we have just imported the latest flagship top-end device from the Chinese manufacturer who announced it along with the Mi Note, which is basically like a phablet version of the Mi 4, and all of them occupy the same family of devices being premium flagship phones from Xiaomi. But the Mi Note Pro actually takes it to an entirely different level because it's got all the bleeding edge specifications that you expect from a flagship today. So it's got a Quad HD display, it's got 4 gigs of RAM, 13MP camera with OIS and a lot more. So that's what the Mi Note Pro is all about. But what is it like? We are about to find out in this unboxing and a first look at the Xiaomi Mi Note Pro. The Mi Note Pro box seems to be different from the other Mi boxes. It's not the same color at least, and doesn't seem to be the same material as well, but it's definitely strong like all the Mi boxes. That's the case here too. But yes, that's the phone. We have got the Mi Note Pro in the gold edition. So the metal that runs through the middle of the phone is in gold color, but is exactly the same as the Mi Note in design. So you can see that they are pretty much similar here. Let me bring the Mi Note in, and it'll be very hard to see a difference. As you can see, both the phones are exactly one and the same. And even at the back, you can see that it's pretty much the same design here for the Mi Note and the Mi Note Pro, but you can see that the material has a different treatment when it comes to color. So this is silver, that's a Mi Note, and the gold is the Mi Note Pro. So let's zoom out here. I'm going to keep the Mi Note here on the side and also take a look at the Mi Note Pro in a bit. But let's check out the box contents. Shouldn't be much here. It's always very minimal with Xiaomi. This is the micro USB cable, nothing special here. This is obviously the Chinese plug travel charger. And then you have this box that has the SIM card tool and the user guide and so on. That's in Chinese, so there is no use looking at it. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it for the box contents, I guess. We also have one more thing here. Surprisingly, they have bundled Chinese to European / Indian adapter. That might be from the guy who shipped this. We bought this on a website called iBuyGo.com. So if you want, you can check that out. But yes, that's it for the box contents of the Mi Note Pro. Now let's get back to the device here. Mi Note Pro in gold. Again, looks exactly same in terms of design. Let's remove these protective covers. We would know better in that case. So that's 2 and that is 3. So yes, as you can see, it's exactly the same as the Mi Note in terms of design. But again, I want to emphasize that the design is very premium and very cool because the curve that's on the back side that makes for good grip and comfort in the hand. That's very ergonomic and very nicely designed. I really like the Mi Note, and it's good that the Mi Note Pro is exactly the same too. The buttons are very tactile, and the golden color itself lends a lot of the premium feel that we associate with that color specifically. And yes, it's pretty good. Now let's turn on the device and talk about the rest of it. So 5.7-inch Quad HD display at the front, and you have the 4 megapixel ultra pixel camera at the front too. So this is the first one of the first devices apart from HTC's devices that uses the 4MP ultra pixel sensor at the top. So it's got a 2 micron pixel size and has the f2.0 aperture. So low light should be pretty good, and it should be great for taking selfies specifically. So the sensors are above the earpiece, and you've got the capacitive touch buttons here. So that's MIUI 6 in action. We'll go ahead with the setup in English. But before that, yeah, you can see that the display is Quad HD because it's supremely clear and it's just great to look at. You can see that the viewing angles are great too. Not too great on the sides, I guess, but with higher brightness it would be. Right now it has pretty low brightness. And yes, it's got a 13 megapixel camera at the back, dual LED flash with dual tones. One is warmer and one is cooler. And you've got the 3.5 audio jack, the secondary microphone at the top. Over at the right, we have the tactile buttons, the loudspeaker and the micro USB port. And over the left side, you have the SIM card slot. And the cool thing about the slot here is that it's a dual SIM slot. So you can actually have two SIMs, one micro and one nano in the same SIM slot. So for a flagship device, this is pretty cool because people have been releasing flagship devices with dual SIM slots. The One M8 had a dual SIM version, and so does the Galaxy S5 and the Galaxy S6. The Mi Note Pro has a dual SIM version. So in fact, this is the only version that you get. The Mi Note Pro is dual SIM, which is pretty cool. So that's the micro SIM and the nano SIM slot on the side. And that's about it for the quick hardware overview. Internally, it comes with the Snapdragon 810, which is supposedly second generation. The first generation of Snapdragon 810 proved to be a bit problematic because of overheating and so on, but we'll test this out to see if the same happens or something else. So yes, this is a Chinese version, so we'll go through the setup quickly and get back to you. So there you go, that's the phone completely set up, and straight away I'm showing you the about screen here. Android version is 5.0.2, so it's based on Lollipop. MIUI, that's the version, it's 6 point, and the CPU, as you can see, it's octa-core, maximum of 2 gigahertz. So 2 gigahertz is a bit of an underclock from the 2.4 of 805 and 810 and so on. RAM is 4 gigabytes. And internal memory, you got 64 gigabytes, out of which 57.36 is available. And these are the other important information points that you might have wanted to know. But yes, this is the about page, and going into the UI, you can see that the launcher is pretty much the same, but you don't have Google Apps here because of the Chinese version. You can indeed install them through a very quick process. It just takes a very few amount of minutes to do that. So going into the settings and increasing the brightness, you can see that the display is indeed very nice. It's a pretty cool display, and also the experience seemed to be on par with whatever we have seen before in terms of Quad HD displays. This is pretty much the same size as the Note 4 and the Note Edge, 5.7 inches, specifically the Note 4. So the display is really high quality, and Xiaomi's UI, MIUI 6 pops out as much as ever. So that's a quick look at the Mi Note Pro. And going into the camera, you can possibly see how good it is. Not sure if it will be enough to show, but let's quickly take a photo here. So I just took a photo, and all right, so that's the photo I took, and it seems to be of good quality. It definitely seems good, but we'll be testing out a lot more. We'll be letting you know the benchmarks, because 810 is a problematic chipset according to a lot of people, and we have not had our hands on it before. So we'll be running benchmarks to see how hot it gets, and also we'll be letting you know other features like gaming, camera, and so on. So stay tuned to our channel, hit the like button if you had liked this video, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already for more videos like these. Thanks for watching, and let us know what you think in the comment section below.